This is Your Two Dads.
Your Two Dads.
Two real dads giving you the real news.
Like Vivek's phone call leaks. Oh, we can't wait to hear about this today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's Monday morning. No, please, hold your applause to the end of the show. It's okay. It's fine. Settle down, lady. Me too. You smoking. At least settle. All right. Oh, that creepy lady is always in our audience. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It's Monday morning. It's 8 o'clock exactly. Your clocks are wrong. That lady doesn't not shut up. Your clocks are wrong. It's 8 o'clock. Good morning, folks. The thing is, even if I get everything ready in advance, which I did, as soon as I push go, this whole thing falls over.
Yeah, JJ's like, let's go. And I was like, okay. And he hit it and the world blew up. I was like, geez, what happened?
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. So we got a lot of news to talk about today. We got Vivek has a phone call message that I'm sure we need to hear about. And, massive racist. Penn State finally decided, hey, maybe we shouldn't have massive genocidal racist as our president. They're really leading the way there. We got some other news to talk about. We got, hey, Deke, I don't know if you know, we got a bunch of Democrats hate George Washington. And, George Soros has started his post-congressional career. So we're going to check that out too. So we're going to cram it all into the next 40 minutes because this is we started on time, but this is a short hour today for some reason. It's probably like, I don't know, daylight savings time.
I'm trying to talk to my son, who's the procrastinator extreme.
Yeah.
The apple does not fall far from the tree. And he's like, I have something due now. We need to get it done yesterday.
We? What do you mean we?
What do you mean? You and the little mouse in your pocket? Who are you talking about?
Who's we?
Who's we?
All right. How's your weekend? You have a good weekend? Oh, no, you did not have a good weekend.
Yeah, it was not.
Okay. Well, let's do music, and then I got a little story, and then we'll go.
Okay. All right. I'm still doing one-hit wonders because I'm not done finding these songs. I keep going through these playlists, and I'm like, oh, my God, I forgot about that song. There was one that popped up today, and I had already put this one in, or it would be this one. It will be tomorrow's. One that popped up today that I was like, oh, JJ's probably never heard of this shit, but I listened to this so freaking much back in the day. So tomorrow's will be a good one. It is a straight up. I sent the link to my brother, who's a big music nerd too. I sent the link to him and I said, dude, I bet you haven't heard this song in 20 years. And I haven't heard anything from him yet, but it's an old one. Today's, though, I bet you haven't heard in a long time. They were another true one-hit wonder. And this song was everywhere at the time. Dishwalla, Counting Blue Cars. And you might not remember, Counting Blue Cars was just a line in the lyrics. The chorus was, tell me all your thoughts on God, because I don't
know if you can hear me. I'm sorry to tell you this.
What? Are we not live?
Discord messed me up. I'm a mute.
I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea what he means. Anyway, Dishwalla, Counting Blue Cars. I don't think he's too busy doing something right now. I don't think he's going to listen to the song, but you will remember the song if you go to our Discord server over above JJ's head and listen to Counting Blue Cars. What's going on? What are you doing?
I pulled up Discord so that I could get to your link so that I could see what song we're talking about. And Discord destroyed my audio. I couldn't hear anything. No idea. So I turned it off. So I Counting Blue Cars, though, I know that song. That's a great song.
And as I was listening to that song this morning, I was like, I think I saw this band in Murray with like two other bands in this little performing hall. I really think we saw Dishwalla in Murray, but I don't remember if I saw them or not. And that's one that I'll have to ask my brother. I was like, dude, was Dishwalla in Murray? And he's gonna go, yeah. And I'd be like, okay, yeah, I remember that. So
I mean, it really kind of gives you like a glimpse at the difference between like AAA talent and AA talent, and then like people who are you like know and they're really good and stuff, but like people that become like successful or have like a whole nother level, and then those people that become like massive stars, they just have some sort of broad appeal. So if you can like go to a show and maybe not even remember that you saw it,
no,
it's not like that.
That's it. No. The reason you like the music you like, it's not this way anymore, but it's because of technology. But the reason we like the old music that we like is because we were told to listen to that music.
Okay.
We had radio, the radio companies, the radio executives pushed 2 or 3 songs from the album, and those were the damn songs that the radio pushed. And they bribed the radio stations to push those songs, to make those songs, to play those songs more. So the only reason we like the songs that we like is because somebody told us we like these songs. If you were to, I've been in arguments with my program directors before about this very subject. I have been like, look, do you realize when I worked at the classic rock station, I said this all the time, and now I run this classic country station. I implement this. Okay. And it has won me a freaking award because of it. But I used to argue with my production director about, I was like, dude, do you realize that Pink Floyd had more songs than just Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 and Do you know that Led Zeppelin had more than 6 songs? You do realize that, right? Like Leonard Skinner had more than just Sweet Alabama and Simple Man. They had a lot of really good songs. The reason you don't know about them is because you weren't listening to them all the time. All you heard was on the radio.
Look, I mean,
unless you became a fan and then you bought the album and you realized that my favorite example, and then I'll shut up. My favorite example of this, Hootie and the Blowfish's debut album. What was it called? Cracked Rear View?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Cracked Rear View was the name of their debut album. Cracked Rear View had like 5 number 1 hits on it.
Yes, it did.
Every major Hootie and the Blowfish song that you love came off that album. That's the album.
Yeah.
Best, great album. The best song on the album is the very last song called Goodbye that was never played on the radio.
Okay.
That's the best song on the whole album. And
it never got radio play.
It never got radio play. Never got radio.
So I mean, now look, I buy your argument there, and because it's in line with other things I think, which are humans, you have free will and you can make your own choices and you can like things you like, right? But you're also programmable, and a lot of times you end up getting programmed by other people or other media influences. But you're programmable. Your brain. You hear things, you write like synapses or whatever the protons or whatever they are down in your brain. It records memories. You read something, you say something, you do a thing, you repeat a thing, it rewrites the record. What do you think happens when you listen to the same song again and again and again and again? It's like writing itself into your brain like a million times. So, and it's the same thing with like other stuff. Political influences, news, media, TV shows, books you read, whatever. You are constantly programming yourself and being programmed. So I'm not surprised that your opinion of what is good is told to you from DJs and the internet and everybody, and other things like that. So I mean, I buy your argument. Like now, but the question is, was it better?
That's why. No, that's why technology has enabled us to be more open to the different styles of music out there.
Right.
Even if it's me and Alex, and I think I've said this on the show before, but me and Alex came across a guy from down in Jamaica on his YouTube page. He was a musician, a Jamaican musician that was a poor old Jamaican man.
Yeah.
His name is, you can look him up. His name is Brushy One String. One string. He plays an old guitar with one string. And it's the most happy, grooving music that you've ever heard in your freaking life. Where you want to move and smile and sing along with him. And he's playing a guitar with one string. I would have never heard of this guy, never found this guy if it wasn't for technology today. I would have never been musically exposed to something like that. Crazy. Look up Brushy One String. I might put up some of this stuff on our playlist.
There's no way that's copyrighted. We could play it on the show if you want.
Probably.
All right.
I don't know. I think he's gotten a little big since
the little story I want to tell you this weekend, we celebrated my wife's birthday, and as a what she wanted to do was we went to a place called Whiskey Cake, and it's all right. It's got great duck wings, love it. But after that, there was like 15, 20 of us duck wings. It's got these chili sauce duck wings that are just like amazing. And the problem with them is that they're so good that anything else you order there, you're like, yeah, this is good. These are great ribs, but those duck wings were amazing. And it's happened to every single thing I've eaten there.
Sounds disgusting.
What, you don't like chicken? Duck and chicken is very similar. But this chili.
No, it's not. No, you're wrong on that.
Then I'm telling you, you have no idea.
Maybe in your palate.
You have no idea how good these duck wings are. They're so good. Yeah.
I'll trust that you. I'll take.
You come down to Houston. I'll take you to Whiskey Cake.
No, that's okay.
All right. So anyway, after Whiskey Cake, we go walk across the street to this bar called Two Tones. Two Tones, dueling pianos, and the place is packed. And these, it was amazing. It was literally two pianos back to back, and you had a couple of guys playing pianos, but really there was like a whole team of musicians there. There were, and they would swap in and out, and they would change up the songs, and then the audience could, just literally write any song on a piece of paper and take it up and drop it on there, tip or whatever, and they're going to work it into the show somehow. And it took me too long to come up with a couple of songs that I wanted to hear. And by the time that, they didn't play it before we left, and we stayed there till like midnight. So, but they played, every single song you could think about of people singing in a bar they played. It was an amazing.
You had a good time, didn't you?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. I tried to get them to play Sugar High from Empire Records, but I think they looked at it and they were like, "Thanks for the tip."
Yeah, that's probably you're picking out some obscure shit.
Yeah, right. I was like, if I'm going to pay for this, I'm going to make it a challenge. You got to remember 30 years back in history, and I know you ain't even 30 years old. So
this is for our viewers. This is JJ is the left-brained, and I'm the right-brained. If you can't tell.
Is that how it goes?
In more ways than
right hand,
one.
left brain. Yeah, that's right. Right-handed, left brain. Are you left-handed?
No, I'm right-handed.
Oh, okay, all right.
You're left-brained and I'm right-brained. You're a lot more analytical, and I'm a lot more. On the.
I agree with that. All right, Deke.
All right, let's talk about Vivek.
Let's talk about Vivek. When is the last time that you were on a phone call? And look, it happens to everybody, I'm sure. Last time you were on a phone call, and you went pee while you were on the phone call, and Mike was hot. Mike was hot.
I gotta go piss now.
Just take the radio mic into the restroom with you.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Vivek Ramaswamy was caught in an embarrassing hot mic moment during X Spaces event with Elon Musk. So if you are not on X and you don't know what Spaces are, it's basically a big, big phone call. Sometimes they can have I think up to 100,000 people in the thing. But the way the space events work is that somebody hosts it. There may be some co-hosts or whatever that have the ability to toggle their mic and talk. And then there's literally thousands of listeners sometimes. And sometimes it's just a couple. But an Elon Musk space event is going to be it's going to have tens of thousands, if not more people. And apparently he went tinkle. So he's the GOP candidate, Vivek Ramaswamy. If you haven't watched the GOP debates, he's running to be president. He joined Elon Musk on a broadcast on Sunday to welcome Alex Jones back to X. Now, Alex Jones was banned under Twitter 1.0 and basically never brought back. Even when Elon Musk brought back everybody else, he left Alex Jones. Banned. And Elon's reason is pretty simple. Elon owns the platform, and he found Alex Jones's and I don't remember what the school shooting event was in particular.
I don't remember.
It was but he found Alex Jones' comments on that to be reprehensible, and Alex Jones had publicly apologized for that. He's been sued for it. He walked it back, but it didn't matter because the social damage was so bad that even Elon Musk was like, no, I don't want him over here. I don't want him over here. But this is the way that Elon is, and I respect this because I kind of I seriously respect this. Elon puts controversial decisions. He has enough self-awareness to put controversial decisions up to other people to decide. So he did like a Twitter poll, and he was like, Vox Populi, Vox Dei, whatever the people want, we're going to do. And he let people vote whether or not Alex Jones should be allowed to return to Twitter. Isn't the first time he's done this. He's done this for a bunch of controversial figures. And the people said, let Alex Jones speak. So during the
we're gonna have to hurry this up.
I know
all these stories.
Elon Musk allows Alex Jones to come back to
Give
Twitter.
me the shortened version of all this shit, please. We've been
Yeah.
talking for 5 minutes on this, and we haven't got to the point.
Anyway, let's see. Is there a clip? Let's see if we have an audio.
I've got a clip for you.
You got the clip. You got the audio clip.
I've got the clip here for you.
Yeah, you got the clip. Go ahead and play the clip.
Yeah. So what happened was they're sitting there talking. Vivek's like, "Hey man, the nature is calling." And they're like, "Okay." And so Vivek goes and takes a leak.
Yeah.
And his mic was on
Yeah.
the whole time.
Right.
Is what we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
And his mic was on, and they had to tell him to turn it off. So I just wanted to share it. We have exclusive access to this.
Must be in that
to this
closed
clip.
door right there.
Indeed, it is for all people who will be able to share
Wow.
the celebration,
You must have really had to go.
especially in the Queen's.
It's a good thing he's hydrating, A lot of people, they don't drink enough water.
You're right. A lot of people don't drink enough water. He obviously does. There's the wet shoes.
Yeah, there's my.
We
Well, that's
also
good.
would like to.
Let's go.
I'm sorry. We gotta go.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to get to the
All
end
right.
of it where he actually.
Here, I'm going to play the actual. That's obviously.
Yeah,
here's
play
the
the
actual. Here's the
yeah,
actual
the
clip here. Let's see. Come on, X. Oh my lord.
You don't need to do it. Your computer's being a bitch this
You know
morning.
what? It's a good point. That's a
Let me do
good
it.
point. Yeah, you do it. Anyway,
Your computer.
I think you can imagine it, folks. P on the mic. Do it to it. One user said Vivek is literally draining the swamp. That's pretty great.
Elon Musk is promoting an optimistic pro-human future that the science and evidence shows is real and that we need.
Gentlemen, I have to go.
Yeah, I just want to be sort of exactly. I want to be clear about my position. I'm super pro-human, and I mean all humans.
You hear him pissing in the background.
Humans in America, humans in
Somebody's
Africa,
got their thing
Asia,
open peeing.
and everywhere else.
Somebody's phone open in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's Vivek. That's your phone, Vivek. I'm not able to mute you, Vivek.
And then he muted himself. Right there.
Perfect. Go ahead, Elon.
And then he goes this.
Sorry about that.
So, well, I hope you feel better.
I feel great. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys.
And look, it's a little pee. Whatever. Every
Dude.
human pees.
Every single human that's ever been alive pees, and if they didn't pee, they're not alive for very long. Okay?
And worse than that, they do worse than that. Everybody that you think is an amazing hero that you look up to, you admire, every single one sits on a commode and wipes her butt. So don't lionize everybody so much. All right. Let's see who else we got. What else we have in the news today? How about this? Remember Deke? Last week we had a great show on Friday, and we talked about genocidal racists. Remember that? And how Harvard, MIT, Penn State,
yes.
presidents of those colleges went before Congress and said, no, calling for the extermination of Jews isn't like it shouldn't be restricted.
It depends on what context they.
What's the context? I mean, like you got your. I'm sure in some cases you got your really really racist genocide of Jews, but then you got your normal everyday harmless genocide of Jews.
Do you want to just kill all the Jews, or do you want to kill all the Jews?
Right? Yeah.
Because there's a difference. It just depends on the context.
You say it nicer, it's not as threatening, and that's not harassment.
That's a good point. Do you want to kill all the Jews, or do you want to kill all the Jews?
Like there's everybody understands you can exterminate some parts of humanity. It's fine, but then but what if you're trying to exterminate with like an exclamation point in the middle of the sentence? Well, that's a different thing. So anyway, Penn State, the board of Penn State was like, that is not okay, lady. And so we'll get to it here. University of Pennsylvania. Oh, maybe it's not Penn State. Is that Penn State? University of Pennsylvania. Is that Penn State?
Yeah.
I don't know the difference. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. University of Pennsylvania President Liz McGill resigned on Saturday after facing mounting pressure to step down over disturbing remarks that she made to Congress. Quote, President Liz McGill has voluntarily tendered her resignation as president of the University of Pennsylvania. According to Scott Buck, chairman of the board of trustees, she will remain a tenured faculty member at Penn Carey Law. Buck said the school would be announced. This is not the kind of lawyer you want to have as be your lawyer. She made a terrible, grievous error in judgment. She said, it has been my privilege to serve as president of this remarkable institution. It has been an honor to work with our faculty, students, staff, alumni, community members. She's trying to a little damage control or whatever. The board of Penn's Wharton Business School had aggressively pushed for McGill to resign following her remarks. The Wharton Board of Advisors, quote, has been and remains deeply concerned about the dangerous and toxic culture on our campus that has been led by a select group of students and faculty and has been permitted by university leadership. As confirmed in your congressional testimony yesterday, the leadership of this university does not share the values of our board, nor does it appear to understand the urgency to address the safety of our students on campus and ongoing reputational damage to the university by the university's policies and actions.
Jesus Christ. I don't want to listen to all this bullshit.
Okay.
God Almighty, it's all the same shit. It's just a bunch of freaking bullshit. It's like, we're sorry that everybody got mad at this girl, and now our university is losing freaking millions of dollars in donor money. So we're trying to cover our ass the best way we can. So here's is the emotional freaking letter, and we're gonna get rid of this bitch, all right? But since she's got tenure, really not losing anything. She's going to take a little bit of a pay cut, but seriously, I mean, is she really taking that much of a pay cut? She's still going to have a fucking job here at the University of Pennsylvania. But we're sorry that we got caught and you all got mad.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to this shit anymore. I'm 46 years old. I'm not 13. Okay.
The only reason she resigned and that they wrote that message is because a major donor
got her ass handed to her, and a major donor took away $100 million.
You are right. Because and what's the evidence of that? Well, you don't see a story about MIT president resigning today or Harvard president resigning today. Nope, they batten down the hatches.
Lose any money.
Yeah, that's right. They're batting down the hatches, and they're weathering the storm, and they're going to let this lady. They're going to let this lady in this school take the news cycle headline and be like, oh, yeah, she's bad.
Yeah, boy, she's bad. Y'all just shut up. Both of y'all don't say a word. Y'all just stay in your houses for a week. Don't say a word. But seriously, if MIT lost, let's say they lost 3 freaking major donors that ended up being close to $50 million. Let's just say they lost 3 donors and they were going to lose $50 million. Well, I would just contact the dudes that are on my side. Surely to God, they know some really fucking rich people that could be like, hey, man, we lost $50 million. You think you can help us make this up? yeah, no problem.
Well,
it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out all this stuff.
Damage is done. Let's see. I guess I have to allow ads here. Let's do here. We got a political story here. Deke, I don't know if you know this or not. Some people in this country for the last 200 and almost 50 years have revered certain historical figures. Now, obviously, history is very, very different from today. The context of people living 200 years ago is very different from today, and so we do have to be forgiving.
It'll be 50 years in 3 years.
Yeah, it'll be close to 250 years. Yeah.
No, it'll be 250 years in 3 years.
Right. Yeah, but the people that were alive 250 years ago in 3 years were still alive 250 years ago today. So, more or less.
What?
Okay. Anyway, listen. For almost 250 years, we as Americans have revered certain members of our history and our, in our country, part of our common lore. One of those figures is George Washington. Now, maybe he was not a saint, but he was, by all accounts, a pretty fair leader when he was president. He was a military commander, and when he had like a farmer or something before he took part in the Revolutionary War. So, a storied history of George Washington helped to set the standard of how to lead this country with a presidency, departing entirely from the monarchy of England and taking on the role of president, and then voluntarily giving up that power after 2 terms, setting the standard for how we run the country for 2.5 centuries. So Democrats hate that guy. A bunch of them do. 4 in 10 Democrats agree with removing statues of George Washington.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
A survey found that 77% of Democrats expressing at least somewhat favorable view of the country's first president and Revolutionary War hero, but 40% at least somewhat approve of removing public monuments of those figures. Of those, 21% of Democrats strongly approve. But 50,
did that powder wig wearing bitch own slaves? If so, then remove the statue, motherfucker.
Yeah. So I guess this is like if your whole thing is like, well, we shouldn't have like statues of people, so we shouldn't idolize people. So yeah, bring down statues. No, that's not really what it is. They don't want you to have monuments of people that you could regard as heroes, even if they were flawed heroes. They don't want you to have the story of America. They don't want you to have they don't want you to be able to tell the story of like, we started like this and then we worked our way towards freedom. They don't want the story to be a progress from being owned by the English crown to being liberated and free and determining our own future. They don't want that story. So they're trying to erase this stuff by taking down all these monuments. Now, George Washington's the latest one, but they've been going backwards in time. They wanted to take down like statues of, I mean, you name a historical figure, they want to erase it from history, right?
No.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think anything about that? Do you support removing statues of George Washington?
What do you think, JJ?
I don't know. Probably.
Do you
probably
think I support taking down statues of historical figures? Did you know that Robert E. Lee is my 7th cousin 7 times removed?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, what do you?
Seventh. He's the 7th cousin 7 times removed.
What do you think about putting up statues? Should we put up new statues of people?
No. Do you want a statue of Biden?
No, not really.
Do you want a statue of Trump? Do you really want a statue of Trump?
It would have to be entirely gold.
Fanatical, crazy people, even more of a reason that they're fanatical and crazy.
It'd have to be entirely gold, and it would have to be twice as big as the next statue over. It would have to be double size.
I agree with. I don't know. I mean, I don't want a statue of Biden or Trump today, but I don't agree with taking down statues.
Right.
I'm okay with maybe moving the statue to another place that's appropriate, and so that you can teach history, maybe because they did do that in some of those places. But Richmond, that what they did to the Robert E. Lee stuff up there, they obviously.
Uh-oh. Deke broke out.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Deke back. You fell out, Deke. You all right?
I'm good.
Okay.
You're not moving.
I'm not moving right now,
No.
but you can hear me.
There you are. You're back. What the hell is going on today?
I don't know.
All right,
Come
let's
on,
go.
Robo.
And we
Give me them keys.
we only got like 10 minutes. I don't want to get into this conversation because
All
I'll
right.
end up pissing off 1,000 people. I
All
don't
right,
care
all right.
about 1,000 people. I have my own opinions.
All right. Well, I just thought it was fun that Democrats hate America. Okay.
No, I agree with you. I think it's ridiculous, but I'm not. Yeah, we.
All right.
Come on,
I got one more here. You may. Oh, yeah. Come on, camera. Look at me. I look like an animation.
I think you're having internet problems in JJ's house today.
It might be. It could be. Former Congressman George Santos, whatever. He was expelled from Congress on December 1st. You may remember because we didn't give a shit or talk about it on the show. So George Santos has started a new career on Cameo. He's going to make Cameo. So you can call, I guess, send a message to George Santos. And for some reason, people are paying him to make messages, including messages like this, where he says, "I'm so proud of you for coming out as a furry." Ex-rep continues to fail upwards with $500 Cameo messages. Some dumb people are paying this dude. Like, why do you want to even talk to this dude? He says that within the first 48 hours, Santos had lined up enough videos to reportedly surpass his congressional salary for the year of $174,000. He originally priced his videos at $75, but kept raising the price because demand was so high, and he's currently charging $500 a message. He said, "I can tell you by the end of this week that that is actually factual. I will have made more money in 7 days than I made the entire year in Congress." Santos is going to be an absolute whale. Why do you want to hear this dude talk about your sexual fetishes? You people are gross.
I can't believe he makes that much money. Those have you seen some of those? They're just like half-assed little. Hey, what's up, JJW? How you doing today, man? I heard you've been through some terrible stuff, and I hope you get better, man. Peace out. It's just kind of like,
I'll do that. Put a comment in right now for no dollars. All right, I'm not sharing any more tabs this morning. All my stuff's broke. I'm gonna I think it's some of these websites.
I think you need to close some
Daily
tabs.
Caller. Get out of here.
Yeah, close some of that shit.
I don't even have that many open. I had to restart my whole computer. You know what? I'm not doing it anymore. I'm closing all of them.
It was the Daily Caller because now you're fine. Every time I open some of those,
it was a Daily Caller.
I don't open New York Post in them anymore because they fuck with my internet.
Yeah,
I'm serious. You're completely.
That's the last Daily Caller story. That's not doing it again.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, folks.
All right. I'm not doing that story. I don't want to do that story. I don't want to do any more of these stories. If you've got a story you want to do them. I don't want to talk about any of that.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
The only other story, I was looking in my secret stash. I've got these aren't really AI news. It's not really AI news, but I can bring this up a little bit. You don't have to play the AI thing because it's not AI.
All right.
But this MIT unlocks this new way to read time. Okay. And this is very interesting, and it's a very long article, as you can see. So I'm not going to go through all of it, but we've always measured time with the single swing of a pendulum in digital watches. It's the vibration of quartz crystal. And in atomic clocks, it's the world's state-of-art timekeepers. The oscillation of a laser beam stimulate atoms to vibrate at 9.2 billion times per second. These smallest, most stable divisions of time set among the timing for today's satellite communications, GPS systems, and financial markets. But a new MIT study finds that even if all the noise from the outside world is eliminated, the stability of clocks, laser beams, and other oscillations would still be vulnerable to these unknown quantum mechanical effects. So it's very interesting that they show that there's actually a limit to how this stuff can be measured and whatnot. And they're measuring it with lasers and how it can how the lasers vibrate. It's a very interesting article, and I want to get all the way into it because it gets deep. And it's been a week and a half since I read this damn thing, so I was just going through. I was like, oh yeah, that's a good one.
So what is the new? What are so the atomic ones use lasers to heat atoms. So what does this new one do?
Same thing with the lasers, but it's a more stable laser. I'm going to put this in our news drops
right
now. Right there.
We're talking about removing the variance of like billionths of a second to be just a little more accurate.
But okay. And you probably don't think this way, but I do because I work in radio. All right.
Okay.
Right now I have 4 minutes and 50 seconds until the top of the hour. So I've got to figure out my songs in order sometimes to time up to the top of the hour and whatnot. So I have to look up a song, and I'm really, I've been doing that for 30 years. So I can look at, 8:56:25, and I'm like, okay, I know that I need to get a song that's 3 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yeah.
On Sundays, I have my programs that are my gospel programs.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
So I schedule all that stuff that starts at 6 a.m. and ends at 10 a.m. and they're usually 30-minute programs. If this first 30-minute program is 29 minutes and 38 seconds, and the next one is 29 minutes and 36 seconds, that's already a freaking minute that I have to make up. Out of two programs, that's already a minute. So by the time I get to the 9:30 program, the last one that starts at 9:30, that everybody's going to tune in at 9:30 to listen to. Well, because every other one of them, I was missing just seconds off of every one of them. That's added up to like 4 freaking minutes. So that's why, even though it's a billionth of a second, you do that long enough, and it makes up. It really adds up.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Sorry. It's been a weird morning, man.
No, this has been terrible. And the thing is, I did all my prep work before. I think the Daily Caller effed up our show. I really do.
I agree. I think it messed up. I think it really did, because there's one of those websites. I thought it was the New York Post, but it very well may be the Daily Caller. That when I
should switch to just newspapers.
You start to freeze up all over the place.
Yeah. The ads on some of these sites and turn on an ad blocker. Obviously, I have an ad blocker, and then you can't read the story, so I have to disable it for some of the
some of the stupid stories.
I use ad blocker on as many of them as I can. I'm gonna toss that app though, which is too bad because sometimes they get good stories out of it. All right, well,
the only other terrible story that I had that I'll get rid of here real quick was that. Chronic wasting disease in deer has been found in Kentucky for the first time this
year. Zombie deer.
Zombie deer have been found in Kentucky. They have been confirmed for the disease over in Lexington or somewhere.
That means you gotta call the population.
We already called the population. It's called hunting season every year.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to eat those.
No,
those
are diseased. They're diseased. And if you see them, they'll probably have rules that if you see them, you probably have to kill them and collect the body. And then they don't want them
burn it.
I'm sure they have certain things to do with. Man. It's a terrible disease.
That's really awful. We talked about it like I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you said they weren't in your area. Now they are.
After this gun season,
All right. Wow, that's awful. All right, folks. Look, tomorrow's episode, it's gonna be better. There's no way.
Sorry.
There's no way it could be. It could be not better. It's gonna be better.
It could not.
If you haven't already, like, subscribe, rumble.com/JJW. And by the way, Rumble reached out to me and said, hey, we're going to let you in the studio thing early. And so we're working on that. But Deke forgot his Rumble account
I didn't forget my Rumble account information. It will not let me log in.
Yeah.
I did not forget the information. I used the same information.
I know you didn't forget.
It just won't let me log in.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to we're gonna be fixing all of this hopefully very soon. We're gonna be testing that out hopefully this week. So we'll see. All right, Deke, I forgot to ask you. I got a question for you. Do you know what falls but never gets hurt?
What falls but never gets hurt?
Yes.
The seasons?
No. No, the rain.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
That's not good.
That joke goes with the show today, man.
Yeah. Right.
My friend keeps saying, cheer up, man. It could be worse. You could be stuck underground in a hole full of water. I know he means well.
Yes. Ending on a high note. We'll be back tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. I forgot where the out button is. Is it this one? Nope. That one? Nope. Where's it at? Of course.
The one that says outro.
I pushed it. It's not doing anything.
All right.
It's literally not doing anything.